Так, всем привет, продолжаем проходить. Сын Kotar. Нам сейчас по плану нужно попросить мужика удалить какую-то хуйню с его шеи. Хорошо. Мужик этот какой-то крайне неприятный тип, на мой взгляд. Я бы с ним разговаривать лишний раз не стал, но по сюжету нам надо это сделать. Если надо, значит надо постучаться. Так. Я, блядь, открываю, сука, дверь, блядь. Так вот.
I talked to Henry about the dispute.
And is he going to remove the ban?
What
Нет.
is the reason he banned you in the first
Ты уже
place?
спрашивал.
I don't know.
Could you please step outside so I can see you better?
No, it's safer in here.
May I come in then?
You are not family.
Какой ты, блядь. А, ну да, вон у него тут есть что-то на шее, какая-то хуйня.
Step outside, please.
We talked before and you didn't ask me that. Why is it so important now?
Henry gave me something for you. I want to see you under the light while giving it to you. Henry is willing to
Ну,
unban you.
блин, зачем ему варианты надо?
Really?
Yes, I will tell you all about our conversation, but you have to come outside.
I don't see the point, but if it's going to save my family... Now, what do you have to show me?
God, that leech thing on his neck is hideous.
Реально
That is
певка.
him. I never imagined a leech could get so big. Henry was right. The vampire thing is sucking the life out of this poor, naive man. I have to persuade him to give it to me. Arson, we have to talk about your child.
You stay away from him. Is this why you wanted me out here?
Ну да.
Stay away.
Calm down. I'm not going to do anything to him. I promise.
What do you want then?
Where did you find him?
I didn't find him. He found me. Years ago, I helped a young detective with a case he was working on. He then showed gratitude by giving me a bucket full of leeches. And there he was. My little hem.
Короче, у мужика вообще все хуёво с башкой, походу.
He has grown much since that day. God bless that detective.
It was Detective Mostov?
I believe that was his name. Martin. Why?
Just curious. How did you help him?
We went on a tour of the lake. I showed him some places, but he was mostly interested in the island of the asylum.
Did he say why he was interested in the island?
Something about a runaway. I don't know.
Henry told me Hem was born in the Carcassa forest.
That doesn't mean he is evil. Henry thinks anything that grows or lives in that forest must be tainted.
And so out of all the leeches you had, you picked the exact one that became Hem.
He picked me. He crawled his way out of the bucket, moved onto my left hand.
Блять, это
then
просто
all the
пиявка,
way up to my
долбоёб.
neck, his favorite spot, where he sleeps and eats.
How's your health?
Are you a doctor now?
I've noticed you have trouble breathing, and your skin has no color. Have you had this problem for a long time?
I don't know what you are talking about. I feel fine.
Didn't you say before you are too weak to board the boat?
The love of my child gives me strength and positivity. But I would feel better if I was allowed to attend masses again. And if my house would be blessed as it was before the ban.
I have an idea how we can solve your dispute with Henry.
I'm
Ну-ка.
listening.
You have to give me Hem.
What? Forget it! Stay away!
Remember, I'm in the service of God. You have my word, I won't hurt your child.
He will die without my blood!
No, he won't, and you know that. How long do you think he can live without you? And be honest with me, it's your family at stake here.
Maybe just for one night.
This is the only way to get you absolved, but I need guidance from you.
What guidance?
And you have to keep our little secret to yourself.
I don't like this.
The plan is to find a leech similar to your hem. For that to work, I'd need your guidance. Where can I find one?
Why do you need him then?
So I can compare him to his potential clone. Henry seems like a clever man, and surely he remembers Hem's appearance very well.
My dear child in the hands of a stranger? I can't do this.
Do you want to live?
If I die, Hem dies. I cannot let that happen.
As soon as I find his double, I will return Hem safely to you.
And then what?
I will bring the double to Henry, claiming it's Hem. All you will have to do from then on is hide Hem when you are near Henry.
You intend to lie to a man of God?
It's for a greater good. God will understand.
Your proposal seems like the only way out of this situation. My dear child, farewell. I'll wait for you here.
Where can I find his double?
I've never been inside the forest, but Ida told me once she found a place full of leeches. I believe you must go through the wall of crosses and turn left at the
Налево.
crossroads. His brothers and sisters should be...
Hannah is the river?
It is.
I will.
Let me say it again.
What should I do now? Should I kill Hem? Or find his double and kill it instead? Whatever I decide, God will... Excuse me.
Блин, ну... Как его сломать просто, нахуй? Как бы мужик-то полностью отбитый, нахуй. Но вдруг он мне еще в игре чем-то поможет. Нужно думать, как бы, ну, наперед, ебать.
Which path?
Через лес. Давай попробуем найти. Не знаю уж там что, куда. Так, ага. А это к нему. Угу. Где-то здесь должно быть. Сюда путь появился.
I think this is the place Arsen told me about. It's swarming with leeches. How am I going to find one similar enough to Hem?
Ну, значит, любого возьми.
They all look the same. Right, right. By concentrating only on the biggest ones.
Занимаемся какой-то хуйней, если честно.
No, too thin. Looks similar enough, but maybe I should look at others before choosing.
Я даже просто не знаю, как это... Может, просто отнесли, не знаю.
It has a nasty scar. This is not the one. I don't know. Something is off with this one.
Ну, реально, страдаем какой-то хуйней.
Hideous. The size fits. This is the one. No need to search further.
Мне все же кажется, что она немножко... Разные они немного. Да, убили бы эту пиявку, он бы на нас разозлился, а вдруг от него еще что-то понадобится. Так что... А священник не узнает ведь, я надеюсь. Но у мужика, конечно, беда с башкой. Это прям 100%. Давай, 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 беги. Быстрее. Топ, 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 топ. Давай, ножками топай быстрее своими уже. Бля, как далеко идти-то, а? Реально очень далеко идти. Так.
He doesn't want this thing alive. Only dead.
Ну и как я ее убью? Как ее ёбнуть-то?
I won't execute this vile thing here. Not in his house.
А, то есть все-таки распятием надо ее убить.
Evil, meet this weapon of faith. It's dead. I should give it to Henry now.
Ну. На.
Hem is dead. Proof? Stabbed to death.
Are you sure this is him?
Arson killed it in front of my eyes.
How did you manage to persuade that old fool?
Does it really matter now? It's done. The thing is rotting in hell.
Right. I have no reason to doubt the word of a fellow man of the cloth. You can go tell Arson I will come to visit him soon. His house needs to be blessed.
I will. God bless you.
Take the boat. Row towards the truth, brother. I'll keep you in my prayers and
Блять, а
hope
вдруг
you'll
он
meet again
узнает?
soon.
Так, а он типа сам пришел? Нихуя себе. Блять, ну так-то мне священник понужнее, чем вот этот мужик.
It's done. Here, take him back.
Блин, если он узнает, то это плохо. Я бы лучше, конечно, Генри не врал.
God bless you.
You are no longer banned from the church. Henry said he'll come by soon to bless your house.
Прячь эту хуйню.
Wonderful news. I am so grateful, stranger.
Надеюсь, он
Don't
спрячет.
forget to hide him from Henry and other people. You'll get yourself expelled again if you don't.
I already have an idea where I'll keep him safe. You did your part. No need to worry about me. And I did my part too. I moved. Take the boat now.
How can I find Click?
Get to the other side and then follow the shore. Once you get there, you'll know it. You really can't miss the 3 white fingers.
Все, поплыли, давай, вперед. Надеюсь, он сам поплывет, я не хочу еще лодку управлять. Мне это в Годоворе
The boat is here, but
хватило.
they left. It might be too late, but I have to try. I have to get on top of that hill. God help me. Now more than ever.
Я надеюсь, это не конец игры?
Arson's boat, which I intend to return to the old man.
Где лодка, бля? А, это лодка. Охуеть.
Kotar's boat. The inside is so dark. No, wait. It is full of blood.
Бля, реально.
Damn crows! The dreaded
Клек.
Kleck, with its 3 finger-like rocks. Ominous. It
Не
looks
знаю,
like a
что такое
portal
клек.
to the underworld.
Да какой, блядь, портал? Просто курган обычный какой-то. Скорее всего.
Kleck. Crows. They are everywhere. At least a dozen circling above these finger-like rocks.
Да-да.
I should try to find some clues where Kotar might have taken Nikolai as quickly as possible.
Да, осматривай, блядь, быстрее этот камень, что ты ходишь, как еле живой.
This rock looks like an altar. Blood. Lots of blood here.
Мне кажется, пизда Николаю.
Drag marks in the blood, splattered to the right of the rock. Visibility is extremely low, but the various protrusions seem to be full of some kind of icy bones and flesh. Piles of human remains. Stories of children being eaten on this hill might be true.
Какой-то жесткий пиздец здесь творится. Зловещий клек. Реально какой-то очень жесткий пиздец творится на этом острове, блядь, в этом городе.
Seven symbols, marks,
Ты же видел уже это.
something else. Whatever it is, it symbolizes something malevolent.
Там еще четверка где-то была на листочке. Здесь вроде
Three
нет.
triangles with a line down the middle. It's the same symbol we saw on the balcony door.
В смысле 3, блядь, их здесь 4. Раз, два, 3, 4. Какие 3? Ты же дурак?
Now smaller drops. Very hard to spot. They lead towards those small rocks.
Ну-ка.
I'm struggling to notice anything here, but those look like bloody fingerprints. Footprints and marks of a body being
Так иди
dragged
туда, давай
into
быстрее.
the woods. Was Nikolai sacrificed here? I have no choice. I must
Может,
follow the clues.
Если его ёбнули, так и тебя тоже могут. Он как-то повоинственнее тебя выглядел.
To a watermill deep inside the woods. And I was followed the whole time.
Кто? Ну, что ты мне не сказал, блядь? Почему ты не обратил внимания сам на это?
I can hear something. A very faint sound coming from down there. A small window is hidden behind this bush.
Опа!
That's Nikolai. He's either unconscious or dead.
Без сознания,
That
скорее всего.
massive pendulum is about to slice him in two. Nikolai! Wake up, Nikolai! Nothing. He's not moving.
Скорее всего, снотворное. Дали ему. Ну, либо вырубили просто. Как понимаю, маятник движется вот от этого механизма.
This mechanism is making the
Ну
pendulum
да-да-да.
swing. There's no other explanation. I should try to stop the wheels, but I'd need something long and strong enough to do that.
Кожа. Выпилась тряпка.
Human skin. I still can't fathom the hate and cruelty shared among God's creations.
Да, что-то жопа какая-то. Тоже кровь, походу.
More blood. Wherever I go in this place, all I see is blood and death.
Пошли в дверь. Что
I
здесь?
can't open it. The doorknob is missing.
Дурак, что ли, блядь? Распятием
I
открой.
struggle to find a...
Блядь, ну может, я не знаю, реально. Распятие, может.
This feels...
Ну, иди попробуй.
This feels...
Я надеюсь, это не на время тут его спасать надо. Ну вон кол какой-то, возьми его.
I think I'm going to throw up. But this stake could be what I need for the mechanism of the wheel.
Почему кастель, что ли? Он, знаешь, он вот говорит, типа, вот, самоубийство там плохо, все дела, да. А увидит трупы вообще без кожи, без ничего. И им,
This is a nightmare.
блядь, как будто просто похуй, блядь, как будто он 10-й раз уже это видит. Я бы на его месте, ну, съебался бы уже
I'll
давным-давно.
manage to carry it for this short distance.
Тормози давай. Что происходит?
You're alive!
Спускайся.
Benedict? Come downstairs. Quickly.
Пошли, давай. Короче, этого хатура надо, блядь, поебалу.
Come here. I'm too weak to.
Подожди, надо все
I can't
смотреть.
see a thing. It looks bottomless. Sharp enough to split a hair in two. I dare not imagine getting in the way of its swing.
А что, человеческий волос так трудно рассечь?
How did you find me? I thought you already left town.
You can thank God for that.
There's no time. We must get out of here. I don't know where Kotar is, but I fear he. No, not anymore. Please.
Опа.
I'm everywhere. I see and hear everything.
Your body is yellow because of the robe, but you have a face.
Ну,
My
нет никаких призраков.
face is a mask.
Someone told me moon ghouls have yellow bodies and shadows instead of faces. So what are you?
I am the king. You, that worm at your feet, the child on the pier. You all are slaves to Kasag.
Чё тебе надо, мужик?
What do you want?
Where is Nermin?
Я откуда
I
знаю?
don't know that man.
More importantly, where is the book?
What book?
Get down, crawl like a worm, start praying to that god of yours.
Please. We only want Victoria.
You wouldn't be here if that was the case. Facing the final
Вы сами нас забрали,
moments
блядь,
of
алё,
your
дебилы.
existence. Tell me where Nerman is, and your agony will be brief. Give me the book, and your soul will be left to wander free.
Я вообще не знаю ни этого мужика, ни книгу.
And you will be tortured until the last drop of blood has left your body. You will be then sent to Achrizath to serve Kasag.
Еще одного беда с башкой, короче.
Didn't you hear the chief of police? Victoria and Nermin have disappeared.
Norin is insignificant, a blind follower of that god of yours. You know exactly where they are hiding.
Нет, не знаю.
I know you talked to Victoria last night.
She was asked the same questions, and she refused to talk, just like the two of you. Things would have been different for everyone.
А чё ты с ней
if
сделал,
she
блядь?
did her part.
What part? We came in this town to find.
It hurts, I know. You should blame her.
Что
I
найти-то?
don't know what book you're talking about. Nikolai, do you?
The Sekfra. I already told him. I don't know anything about it.
The long-lost occult book.
The
Причём
original
это?
was destroyed by the Inquisition.
It was, until a new one was written, enriched with secrets beyond your earthly realm, and more powerful than your silly little Bible. You know where it is, and you know what will happen if you
Нет, я не
don't
знаю.
give it to me.
Рискни, покажи, что будет. Чё, блядь, у вас двое, вы ему пизды дать не
Give you
можете?
the last chance to speak up.
Разрешите вы его
And
нахуй.
don't try to escape. Give up the book, or tell me where it is.
I should do something, but what? God help me.
Что? Не знаю. Так, ладно, я на всякий случай сохранюсь. На всякий, блядь, мало ли чего, на один надо. Так.
If I didn't come here, thoughts like this would never cross my
Давай
mind.
так попробую. Что ты не хочешь?
It's not going to work.
Дурак, что ли? Ну ёбни его
I have
распятием.
your book.
Серьезно? Чё, блядь,
Help me
происходит?
tie him up.
Да я хочу перезагрузиться и посмотреть, что будет. Что будет, если выбрать другой вариант? Так она же не заработает, там же кол. То есть два священника оставили помирать мужика,
There's
да?
another lever at the top of the stairs.
Remember, there can be only one God.
Что ты
Nothing in
делаешь?
this pocket. Interesting.
Good idea to search him. Let's leave this place. Now.
Sharp enough to...
Так, ну ладно, допустим.
Sharp enough to...
А что будет, если я скажу?
I know where the... Tell me. I saw it. The bookshelf.
I have searched the...
I have to...
Enough!
Nikolai, do something!
Что он сделает, мне интересно. Нас убьют, может? Игра закончится? Ебать. Ага. Бля, реально игра закончилась. Одну концовку открыл. Прикольно. Так, ну ладно, сделаем тогда старинки.
I have you.
Еще раз посмотрим. Это...
Help me tie.
вот. Еще одна была концовка в самом начале, можно было просто уехать.
There's another
Как
lever.
минимум здесь две концовки, ладно.
Remember, there can be only one God.
Так, его обыскать можно.
Nothing in this pocket. And nothing in here. Wait,
Короче, убить его нельзя, ладно.
a key. Maybe we'll need it.
Good idea to search him.
I've already...
Пошли давай отсюда. Я его убила все-таки, что ли? Ну, что? То есть два священника оставили
About this?
на мучительную смерть мужика, хоть и какого-то культиста. Ну ладно.
I'll take the one in my head. You should get some rest too.
How did Kotar manage to take you away?
I don't know. He just appeared in front of my eyes. And then everything went dark. From then on, my mind kept phasing.
Интересно,
in and
интересно.
out, so... I don't remember much. Until I was awakened by these appalling screams. He was skinning a man. Alive.
Ну, я видел,
Impaled on a
видел.
stake.
Who was that skinned man?
During one of the conscious phases, I remember seeing him in the boat. He had no skin on his face and no eyes. It was impossible to know his identity. He was a living corpse.
What happened in the watermill?
I don't want to talk about it.
You are drained of energy. Your face is ghastly pale and you barely talk. But you don't seem physically injured, so what happened?
I'm not certain we killed him, Benedict. Can death die?
You heard his screams at the end. That man is no longer part of this reality.
I think he cursed me. He said so many words
Ну,
in an
всего
ancient
лишь
language,
что.
and with every word that came out, there was a weight inside. It was becoming heavier, unpleasant, until unbearable. He was trying to curse my soul, Benedict. He wanted me to let it go.
You are here. You survived.
Да,
Calm
не ссы,
down now.
успокойся уже,
No
блядь.
need to talk about it anymore. I'm going to lay on the couch downstairs. Not really. As soon as he falls asleep, I'm getting out of here.
When I close my eyes, I can
Куда ты
still
уходишь,
see
блядь, ты
Pendulum
дурак?
getting closer with each breath.
What happened in the lodge?
It was that detective. He deceived us. He pushed us into this
Detective.
trap. Thank God we split. We would have been both dead by now if we hadn't.
There should be no more doubt, even for you. Victoria is involved
Да она
in the horrors
его
of this
жена,
place.
блядь, он не
She's
бросит ее.
not. You heard Hatur. He said that she was asked the same questions about Nairman in a book, which means she was captured and tortured too.
That man was lying, and he never said she was tortured. Just that he asked her the same questions. Did you know that Victoria and Hatur had a friendly conversation in the woods last night?
Who told you that?
Madame Vera, the neighbor.
In the woods?
I went in there and found fresh footprints near a mass of human remains. Can you explain
Может, это
that?
она
It
есть.
could have been someone else, or that neighbor is lying.
Remember what Mostov said before letting us go? Hatur was looking for Victoria last night, before the incident at the castle.
I don't believe anyone. She had nothing to do with those atrocities.
Ну тогда зачем он
She
снял
rent
дом,
the
блядь?
house for 3 nights.
Я все-таки стараюсь
We were
выбирать
supposed to leave together
более
immediately
логичные
the next
варианты, а
day.
не просто
I don't
подряд
know.
тыкать. Да, их всех придется
She
потыкать,
just
но
said to me we were
я
going
выбираю
to stay
пологичнее
more.
как-то вопрос.
I thought she was just joking. You know her.
No, I don't know her. Not anymore. It was Lucia, the owner of this cozy house, who told me it was rented for that long. Why would she stay this long? And without telling us, if not for obscure intentions?
She's not guilty, Benedict. For God's sake, it's your sister we're talking about.
To sum up, and please don't interrupt me. She dragged me into this town claiming that we would be staying just one night, but she actually rented the house for 3 nights.
Ну и
Did
чё
she
ты
plan to
жалуешься, блядь?
sacrifice me to her new master? Maybe even the both of us. Victoria and Nairman disfigured the mayor to worship a malignant
Кто
deity.
такой Нервин-то,
Getting
блядь?
sick just by saying this, but the Nair was Nairman's father, so you can imagine what kind of monster he is. Hatur knew her, a man who called himself the king of a cannibal tribe. Maybe she has that book he was looking for. Maybe she just didn't want to tell him where Nairman is. All I know, a man that evil would have killed her in the woods if they didn't have a mutual agenda. Victoria left God and became what our
Блядь,
parents
да твой
feared
отец
she
дебилом
could be.
был, нахуй.
She murdered that man in the Carcassa
Нет
forest,
доказательств,
and
что она
she
его
murdered
убила.
her
И этого
unborn
тоже
child.
нет доказательств никаких.
Did
Хуёвый себе
not.
детектив, блядь, и
Our child is
логика
not
у тебя тоже
dead.
I
хромает,
already
блядь.
saw that in our family. Victoria became what our parents feared she could become. Our aunt.
Ну он вообще
Never
так
told me
судит людей,
anything
блядь,
bad
легко,
about your
нахуй.
aunt.
She murdered her unborn child too.
Murdered?
Ну аборт этот нормально,
That's
блядь.
impossible. Victoria would never have kept such a secret from me.
Nikolai, she kept her mouth shut because she's afraid of becoming just like our aunt.
Enough. Leave. You can say whatever you want. I know my wife is just a victim in this story. She's a good person.
You should rest now. But first, let me just ask you what...
Why did you choose to stay? You don't care about your sister. Even less about me.
To find the truth. It's my responsibility to know what happened and to understand why she did it. Victoria became what our father hated. I want to know why.
Well,
Твой отец, блядь, дебилом был, нахуй, он вас пиздил.
truth is right in front of you. You're just too blind to see it. What was that you wanted to ask me?
In the watermill. Kotar said Kasag knows what you did. What did he mean by
Кто
that?
это такой косак вообще? Ты все ничего
You
не
said to
ответил.
Kotar you came into this town to find something. What exactly? Don't answer. I just wanted to see your face while asking. I'll find the truth eventually.
Я-то не
I should pay a
видел его
visit to
лицо.
Mostov. He has a lot to explain and surely knows more about what's going on.
Кто
It's a
такой
risk
Ростов?
going there after what happened to Kotar. And there's still the chance they could take me in.
А,
But I
это
think I'm out of options.
половинчатый, что ли? Ты можешь туда выйти посмотреть, что сейчас там?
I can see the accursed symbol.
Нет. Ну ладно. Так, ну пошли к детективу сходим. Что делать-то? Больше ничего не остается. Так, что в камине-то? Да сейчас же вонять эти трупы, блядь, должны. Что она делает, дура?
Lucia put those matches to good use. There are a few feathers and several burnt beaks.
Ну нет, серьезно, ну, блядь, неужели птицы не воняют? Зачем их жечь в доме, блядь? Это бред полный. Так, а я сюда могу? Может, уже открылось, нет? Может, отсюда это ключ?
It's locked.
Кстати говоря. Ключ Хатура, ну-ка.
I struggle to find a reason to do that.
Блядь, сунь в скважину, нахуй, ключ, да поверни. Дурак, блядь. Открывай уже. Посмотрим, может, что-нибудь скажет новое интересное. Ничего не сюда. Все, ладно, идем. Так, значит, нам сейчас идти в полицейский участок. Ну, я знаю, где полицейский участок находится. Идем, идем. Где обследовать замок. Не знаю. Не факт вообще, что я выполню все эти второстепенные задания. Я не хочу ни в коем случае гуглить и что-то искать специально. Увижу, пойму, как сделать так. Хорошо, нет, так нет. Так, ну пошли. Правда, я думаю, ему могут дать там пизды, или посадить в тюрьму, или еще что, или вообще изнасиловать и убить. Картина.
Ivan Kotar. His eyes are in every nook and cranny of this town.
Полки.
So many case files.
Что они
It's
здесь
sad
лежат?
when your life, your whole existence since the day you were born is reduced to a
Что
sheet
там на
of
латыни
paper.
написано? Патики амбулянт. Не понимаю ни одного слова, если честно.
Beati qui ambulant in lege domini. Amen to that.
Ты не хочешь мне перевести, блядь, как это будет?
Officer,
Officer Mars, stranger, do me a favor. Take a look at those two opened case files on the
Зачем?
desk.
why?
Just do it.
А там буду я, да? С этим Николаем. А нет.
Yonkadia. Disappeared on March 2nd, 1982. Person last seen on a full moon night. Multiple witnesses saw him talking to a strange tall man earlier that day. Clothes and personal belongings found in a trash bin near the railway station. Clothes were full of crow
Так, ну вот
feathers
фотку этой
and
девушки я видел
blood
на столбе там было.
Analysis showed
Пока не помню.
blood was of unknown animal origin. Adi Boyanich. Such a beautiful dog.
Угу. Ну, плохая собачка, красивая собачка.
Haven Elizabeth McGuire. Date of disappearance is unknown. Talked to a few officers on a few occasions, asking for directions. Was particularly interested in the mountain. Rented 2 rooms for 2 nights in the Lodge Goldin. Reasons unknown. According to the receptionist, she didn't.
Да по-любому ее
eat nor
убили
sleep.
уже там на коле
Receptionist
где-то.
heard her talking to someone in the room the first night, but saw no one with her before.
Значит, либо разговаривал
or
сам с
after.
собой, либо портье пиздит, либо там есть тайный ход. 3 варианта напрашивается, 3 варианта.
I looked at the case files. What was the point?
Remember those people? They were strangers just like you. They wander around the town, just like you. You don't get to walk safely in this valley. Sveti Kotar is a dangerous place.
I know that.
They knew too, and the ones that went missing before and after them. Everyone knows, but nobody cares.
У вас там, блядь, племя
I
каннибалов каких-то, нахуй.
Thank you for
Вы не
being so
хотите
thoughtful,
этим заняться?
officer.
Just doing my job. Now tell me, what made you appear in front of my desk tonight?
I'm looking for Detective Mostov.
He's downstairs with the mayor. Wait a minute. Who are you anyway?
This man doesn't seem to know about me and the interrogation. I'd better lie.
Well?
I was sent to bless the mayor's corpse before the funeral.
Who sent you?
Father Henry.
Why? Is he alright? He always comes.
Well, no. He didn't feel well tonight, and it was an important matter that couldn't wait. So, here I am.
Я
I
бы не
agree,
пропустил.
But you are a stranger. You don't live in Sveti Kotar.
I'm a visiting priest of the Church of Ivan Kotar.
I see. Alright, father. You may go see the mayor downstairs. It's the passage behind me.
When did the disappearances start?
Centuries ago.
And no one did anything to stop it by now?
Hey, we are doing the best we can, even though it helps nothing. If the efforts of the Inquisition were futile, then there's not much we can really do here. Just pray, I guess.
What did the Inquisition do?
They built this building, the Grimalda Castle, and the Church of Mary in the forest. Helped to materialize God, you know. They banned the Saboran name and religion, and they hunted them. Thanks to their efforts,
Ну, не все,
many
не все.
followers of the vile tribe were captured and executed. But the evil is still here. It's floating in the air, it's crawling under the ground, and it's poisoning the minds.
Ну и чё они
Why
тогда?
not just abandon this valley then? It's irreversibly cursed.
Faith. We the Kotarians are stubborn people. We may have little possessions, but we never lack faith. And one day, a savior will come, and we will be free of the malice. It's faith that keeps us living and hoping.
There's a strange-looking mailbox outside.
Mailbox?
Yes, on the facade of the building.
Ah, that is not the mailbox. It's for the denunciations.
You let people denounce misdeeds by slipping pieces of paper into a box?
Yes, as per the decree, proof of faith.
What kind of denouncements are we talking about here?
Религиозных.
Denouncements that prove your faith to God.
More specifically?
You suspect someone to be a Saboran? You denounce
Ничего
him.
вы сделаете,
Your
блядь.
neighbor shows a lack of faith. You denounce him. An old friend knew about a Saboran family but said nothing? You denounce both him and them. You must act if you love God. Otherwise, you
Охуенно, сейчас
risk
бы
being
из-за неверы
taken
еще в
away.
тюрягу сесть. No.
Has this something to do with the edicts of faith from the past?
I think so. The decree was enacted years ago by our beloved mayor. God bless his soul. And I know he was a great admirer of Inquisition's methods.
I'm starting to pity the mayor.
Ой, блять, микрофон ёбнул.
Who decides if your faith is strong enough? I mean, officer, it's easy to say who is a Saboran, right? But how do you know if a believer is having a lack of faith?
I know what you're thinking, but the men who decide make no mistakes.
И кто это
They
делает?
have integrity. The warden and his staff are good people, exemplary believers.
Ну да,
They
ну
have
да.
the
То есть
town's
эти
full
соборяне, да?
confidence.
Ну вы, блядь,
This
вообще
man knows nothing
крутые.
about the conspiracy, or doesn't want to know about it.
Или все знает, просто не
What
говорит.
happens to the denounced ones?
They are taken into the asylum for further inspection and, hopefully, successful exorcism. So take this matter seriously while in town. If you meet someone unfaithful, denounce them. Do you see the paper forms and quill by the lamp? Combine them to file a denunciation, then take the form and put it into the box outside. It's that easy to show your love for God, while at the same time making this town a safer place.
Whatever becomes of them at the asylum, I could denounce those I believe should be punished. After all, it is my
Нет,
duty as
не
a man
надо
of
так
God,
делать.
and it's anonymous. Excuse me.
А кого я могу обвинить?
Remember, do not waste forms. Use them and don't forget to put them into the...
Я
I
не
have to
хочу
think.
никого доносить.
Maybe.
А это что за двери?
Chief Norton,
He won't...
your cousin died.
Told you so.
А это что за дверь? Туалет, может?
It leads to the interrogation.
Ага, ну да, туда лучше не идти.
Finally, Father. We were waiting on your arrival. God forgive me, but I've started with the prayers in your absence. I hope I didn't cause any harm to this man's poor soul.
You think God will forgive you for what you did to us?
Benedict? I thought I heard Henry upstairs.
It's what you thought you heard because we are already dead in your mind.
That is absolutely not true.
Да, да,
Why do you
конечно.
look so confused and uncomfortable to see me?
It's not. I'm horrified by what was done to our mayor. Take a look at him if you wish, or we can continue talking. I must warn you though, what's hiding underneath that sheet could haunt you forever.
And I must warn you too. Henry knows I'm here, so do not try anything foolish. Type A, Type 0. These bottles are all full of blood. I'm no expert, but I never knew blood to be taken out of corpses. Why would they do that?
Не знаю. Тоже не в курсах. Что за
No.
дверь?
It's probably the room where they keep the corpses.
Давай посмотрим на труп, чё. Он уже, блядь, все видел, мне кажется, за последние пару
My
часов.
God.
Но он же видел такое.
It must be the yellow mask the mayor was wearing when they found him in the forest.
Yellow masks are nothing but disembodied skin faces.
Всего лишь, да, вообще без проблем. Ну, короче, вот, никаких нет сверхъестественной хуйни. Обычные каннибалы.
Slit open and disemboweled.
This is what bewilders us. The heart was taken out and eaten as usual, but they never disemboweled the trunk. Strange.
The skull was opened to take a piece of the brain out. The eyes were gouged out and the skin ripped off of his face. Dreadful. Belittling.
The worshipper took his face to create a new yellow mask, while the eyes and part of the brain were eaten as a part
Даже
of the
мозги
ritual.
съели, ну ебать. Все смотрел вроде бы. Ну и чё, блядь?
Answer me. Do you worship the evil and the unknown just like the man you follow?
The man I follow?
Hatur is a Saborin.
What?
Nikolai believed you. I didn't. But still, we both fell into Hatur's trap and were almost murdered.
God, no. Are you sure? How can you be so sure? You must be lying.
Do you think I am capable of lies?
Ну да,
A
ты же
man
слишком
of
тут
God
напиздел насчет
never
пиявки
lies.
этой.
You are right. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I didn't know who he really is. I was just following orders, but I'll do whatever it takes to be forgiven. Whatever it takes, whatever God demands.
Then start showing some good faith by answering my questions. Did you identify the man with the yellow mask?
The castle incident?
Yes, the identity of the man that was pushed by Victoria.
We found all his, or should I say most of his, body parts. Wasn't easy. He splashed and ricocheted all over the chasm. Needless to say, due to severe disfiguration, we still haven't found out who he was. Getting his identity will be tough, if not impossible.
Угу.
He was wearing a yellow mask. You found his head. Don't you have his teeth?
Only what's left of them, and they can't help in any way. I know what you're asking. I'm aware of identification through dental records. But we have no dentists in town.
Пиздец, блядь.
Even the teeth are rotting here. You didn't find his hands?
We did.
Didn't you run the database against his fingerprints then?
Кто
Do
там
you
всё
know
знает?
where you are? It's like we're stuck in medieval times. We don't have a database
Ну
of
да,
any sort.
согласен.
For God's sake. How can I get to the castle?
It's very easy. Going out of the station, you turn right, and then just follow the river uphill. But forget about it. Grimalda is off limits every day of the year except on October 28th, which was yesterday.
Блядь, скажи,
Maybe
что
there
ты
could
меня
be some
послал.
clues to who that man was. Something, anything.
That's our job, not yours. And I would never let you go there, Father. It's sealed and locked for a reason.
A sealed door won't stop me if the truth moves me in that direction. What happened last night?
What do you mean?
You were with Hatur and he was looking for Victoria. Why?
I don't know. I can't remember. Where's Hatur now?
Don't lie to me. You know the reason.
I wasn't told anything.
You're afraid of him.
Да,
Hatur
всё.
is no longer with us.
You killed him?
God has his ways of dealing with evil.
Охуеть, блядь. Да.
All right. I was just told we should find Victoria before she carries out whatever plans she had with Nermin.
Plan she had? How do you know she had a plan?
We know she met with Nermin and the cult the first time she came here.
What are you talking about? This is our first time in this place.
You didn't know? That explains a lot. She visited the town a few months ago. No doubt about
Только
it.
Нермин-то,
Multiple
блядь, я
witnesses
забыл.
saw her.
Who are the witnesses?
I know only of Lucia, the owner of the house where we found you earlier.
This means... Did Victoria stay in the same house back then?
Да, да.
Did introduce herself as Petra.
Why do you think she met with Nermin and the cult back then?
You don't have to be smart to connect the pieces. She arrived just after Nermin's escape from the asylum.
The case you've been working on.
How do you know?
I had a chat with the old man at the lake.
Arsen. Good man. I regret taking his help, for it made me lose half of my brain.
Right. So is it possible Victoria helped Nermin escape? Or did she arrive here when she found out about it?
It's all connected. It must be. We're still trying to find out how. I said it before, and I'll repeat it now. It's crazy to think that your sister did all this. But if evidence leads us there,
Да мне
I'm
кажется,
sorry.
она вообще ни в чем не виновата.
The asylum is under the control of the Sabotans, isn't it?
I don't know.
So why would they imprison Nermin? It doesn't make any sense. He's one of them.
That's just a rumor Henry is trying to spread to the townspeople. No one, except for the warden and the staff, knows what's going on in the asylum. No
А
one,
мэр что, блядь, не
not
знал?
even our chief.
The more I learn about the truth, the less I can understand what happened. You lost part of your brain by helping Arsen. Could you tell me what happened?
I uncovered something which I wasn't supposed to. Someone learned about my discovery and
Что-то обнаружил, и кто
killed me.
такой некто.
I still can't remember what I found and who attacked me. Heck, sometimes I can't even remember what I did yesterday. But God help me, I'll find the truth. Yes, I will.
Excuse me.
Father, could you do me a favor?
Какой еще,
Depends on
блядь?
the request.
Please go upstairs and ask Officer Maz to give you the case file I handed to him earlier. I want to make things right.
You want to make things right? What do you mean?
Just trust me. Go get it. I don't want to leave the mayor now.
Короче, он там какую-то хуйню против кого-то написал, видимо, и сейчас исправит.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Father.
Там было написано Father Benedict, блять, а не просто Father.
Detective Mostov sent me to get a case file for him.
He said nothing to me.
The one I handed you before. Give him just the note from inside.
No problem,
Что за записка?
Father.
Mindig Valami. It's the newspaper where Victoria works. This is her handwriting. The page was removed from her scratch pad. Et occidit et bibi sanguinem et viscera devorarit. In inferno nulla est redemptio non miserere eum Deus. It's Latin, and it translates something like, he killed, drank blood, and devoured entrails. There is no redemption in hell. God have no mercy on him.
Я даже пару слов понял.
This must be the Eye of Providence, a symbol that represents the eye of God watching over humanity. I wonder what that X mark means, if it means anything at all. Mindig Valami, the Catholic-oriented newspaper where my sister is employed.
Я могу так все смотреть?
Kotar's key. Maybe it opens his lodge room.
А где здесь гостиница вообще?
It looks like a... Allegedly, when used, this... I still remember my father's exact words.
Блин, тут можно осматривать, оказывается, я вообще что-то про это... Либо я забыл, либо я не знал.
He's gone.
Куда?
No. No. It's probably the room where they keep the corpses.
Куда он мог уйти?
I had to go, Father. I apologize. What Maz gave you is the last page of Victoria's notebook. We found it in the belfry at the crime scene. Other notes are irrelevant, dated months ago. No one will notice a page missing. This is the only evidence I can give you. Hope it helps for you to find her, and for me to be forgiven of my sins. P.S. If you need me later, come visit me. Once you get out of the station, turn right, and then just follow the narrow street until you reach the last house on the hill. P.P.S. Burn this note. This is his way of making things right? I'll take the note as evidence, and it could help me to find his house later.
Правильно, правильно.
In short, if I ever need...
Блин, на самом деле, прям вот с этих вот... с этой серии, наверное, ну, может быть... Да нет, вот именно с этой серии игра прям вот огонь. Прям вот и как квест она охуенная, и история такая, ну, затягивает, сложная. Что тут... Непонятно кто, что, зачем.
Told you.
Антураж такой интересный. Загадки реально прикольные, блин, вот. Плохо, что на самом деле такие игры делают только вот всякие инди-студии. Вот был бы какой-то прям дорогой квест, было бы охуенно. Вот из недавних вот я прошел, например, Darkness Within. Охуительная просто игра. Обе части, ну первая чуть поинтереснее, да, мне во второй не понравилось, что там свободное передвижение есть. В первой как-то поинтересней. Вот, ну блин, жалко, что сейчас, вот я еще подумал, блин, жалко, что таких игр не делают. Ну вот на самом деле, видимо, делают. Тоже интересная игра очень. Да, не такая, конечно. Но все равно, очень классно. Она стоит в Steam 435 рублей стоила. Сейчас, может быть, цена поднялась, там, я не знаю. А ее вообще на скидке на распродаже там купил. По скидке, там, 25% скидка была, за 30 чем-то рублей взял. Игруха реально за свои деньги просто огонь. Я, конечно, не знаю, что будет дальше. Может быть, дальше наскается в какую-то хуйню или там еще что-то будет, не знаю. Но пока что прям вообще супер. Не пожалел ни одного потраченного рубля на нее. Вот, ну, короче, все. Увидимся в следующем выпуске.